Regan Slaymaker for International Boxing News, and I have the pleasure to be joined by Atomic Tom Welland. Here in London. Tom, first of all, how are you?
Good, thank you, mate. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. We're just kind of catching up at the Chantel Cameron's announcement signing as well. But before we talk about that, I want to talk about your fight at York Hall, mate. When I was looking at the bout sheet and I saw that you were fighting someone with about 30 fights on the belt, I thought it was a bit of a mistake, but it wasn't. And you proved your worth in that fight.
That's it. Listen, he was in there to provide a lot of questions of me that night, and I definitely learnt a lot about myself. I think my promoter learnt a lot about me that night as well. But listen, he was in there. He provided a lot of stern tests, and we pulled through. We had a good game plan. We knew what we wanted to do. We studied him, and we just went in there, got the job done, and fed off for the crowd really.
Definitely. The crowd was loud. I don't think he fought until about midnight as well. But kind of with performances like that, how much confidence does that give you, kind of being able to push on in your career as well? The
confidence is always growing. Listen, I had a guy in there who lost to Ramisa Ramirez on a split decision as an amateur. So he's a very good fighter. Obviously, he's a 37-fight veteran. He's won 24 of them. And again, he's boxed at the cusp of world level. Jorge Chavez, he's boxed at a very, very good level. So to be in there with him, and even just to mix with him, listen, 6 rounds, even though I didn't get the stoppage, but they were valuable learning rounds. So my confidence is booming at the moment, and my promoter's very happy with me, and we're just going to keep moving, keep pushing towards title fights, and we're just going to keep learning, and me and my manager and my coach is learning every day.
Definitely, mate. Well, Rabasi Ramirez, Tom Welland at the Brentwood Centre, that sounds like a good idea as well, mate. But you took touch on your trainer, Will Jones, there. Kind of, when you're in fights like that, kind of, how important is he to kind of make you remain calm? I know I was saying to you after the fight, actually, I think when he tried to fight with you, you outfought him. When he tried to box you, you outboxed him as well. But how important is Will to kind of helping you kind of adapt in those situations?
Listen, not even just Will, but you've got Ian as well in the corner, Sab, Leo, all 3 of them. They all see it from a different perspective than I can standing in front of a boxer. I like to imagine it as, imagine being an armchair boxer and you sit there and watch the TV and you think, he should be doing this, he should be doing that. Your corner sort of has the same sort of thing. They see it from the outside point of view. And for me, if I see something which my coach doesn't see, then yeah, it's good for me to see that because I'm adapting myself. But if I don't see something, my coach sees it. You've got to feed off of that. You've got to remember, you've got to trust him. You've got to have complete trust in your corner. And for me, that keeps me calm, and I know that he's seeing different things, and he was pointing things out to me, even in between rounds. Like, listen, he's doing this, he's doing that. You've got. Don't let him off the hook. You catch him, you let him off, you let him hold. So I didn't see that at the time, and when I watched it back, I could see it. So to have that in real time at the same time when I needed to know that at the most important time I needed to know it is an absolute godsend. So it's perfect for me, and the relationship that we have, the working relationship we have with all 3 of my coaches is just, you can't buy that sort of thing.
Definitely, mate. You touched on it there, kind of with performances like that, with fights like that. I know you only had a few fights in your professional game, but you're not too far away from titles with fights like that. Kind of my next question, obviously, when in fights like that as well, when would you like to be next out, and when would you like to kind of make that push for titles as well?
We've already got a date set in stone, which I can't say just yet because the show's not been announced. But we're not quite in camp yet. I've been taking over since I come back really. Since the week after my fight, I've been taking over. So I'm ready to start camp now. We're just setting everything up, getting everything ready, going to get going. But it's in the next 8 to 10 weeks, so it's quite a quick turnaround again. But at least we get a full camp this time, And again, for titles, there's nothing in line for me just yet. However, we are, like you say, we are close to a title shot. We have got our eyes set on a title, which possibly could be for the end of the year. Obviously, again, my manager knows. There's no rushing, I'm only 19 years old, so there's no rush at all. But we're just going to keep pushing on, keep learning, and if that title shot's come for the end of the year, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We're right on the cusp of it at the moment, but don't want to rush. There's no need to rush.
Definitely, mate, but we look forward to seeing you getting into those fights. Tom, we've breezed through my questions, mate. Have you got any final words for kind of, I don't know, your fans who kind of were screaming you on at York Hall a couple of Fridays ago?
Listen, I just want to thank everyone who supported me, not just my fans, but my sponsors, my family, my friends, everyone that comes to support me, It means a lot, and without you lot, we wouldn't be anywhere, Boxing's a ticket-selling game. It doesn't matter if you've got a promoter or not, boxing's a ticket-selling game, and everyone buys a ticket, and it shows the support on the night. So listen, very thankful for every one of you, and I love you all. Thank you.
Definitely. Atomic Tom Welland, thank you very much, mate. Look forward to seeing you back out.
Thank you.